Hey Amanda, this is John West Coast Connects. We reached out and spoke with you guys last week. Promised this free video, so here it is. I'm going to keep things really short and sweet. Just want to show you 3 tips that you guys can do to potentially increase your traffic online and maybe improve upon your website just a little bit. So, with that, let me get started. Love everything you got going on with your website for the most part. Your logo is fantastic. You have your virtual chat, which is great. Your images at the top, which is good. You have a link to your contact us page, click to call. So you're doing a lot of great things here. And looking through your website, very clean. Not a ton of stuff that I would definitely change. The one thing looking through your site is that there's not a ton of content here. And by content, I'm talking about any text. And really, you want a lot of text for a couple of reasons. The first is so that you could be found for specific keywords. And I did look, and you're being ranked for 287 keywords. And pretty much most of the traffic that you're getting from your site has to do with your name, right? For people searching for you, which is great. You are getting a little bit of traffic from Grapevine, not a ton from Fort Worth. So, like roofing Fort Worth, you're getting like a click every other month. Dallas Fort Worth roofing, you're getting even less than that. So these buyer intent keywords like um, Grapevine roofing or roofing Fort Worth, you're just not really pulling a lot of traffic from that. And you know, I did a little bit of research in Fort Worth. Obviously, Grapevine you can do. I know your service areas are uh, Austin, Fort Worth, Frisco, Grapevine, Houston, and Houston's a little out of the way, but if you're wanting to rank for some of those keywords, I would have them as a heading, right? So if I'm wanting to rank for, say, roofing companies Fort Worth, I would have that keyword as a heading. I would have it within my text. I might even save an image as that particular keyword. And it allows me to rank a lot faster and more efficiently if I have that keyword verbatim within my content. So, and you really want it in a couple of different locations in a couple of different ways. And Google, when they crawl your site, they see that you have that keyword verbatim as it's typed in within your content. So super important and definitely something you want to look into. Along with that, I think it would be helpful for you if you added specific location pages that had those keywords that you could rank for. So maybe an Austin page and a Fort Worth page and a Frisco page and a Grapevine page and a Houston page. And you can rank for some of those keywords that are more buyer specific because there's a lot of volume in Austin, there's a lot of volume in Houston, there's volume in Grapevine, and you could potentially rank for some of those areas, you know, and use the power of your home site to really build that up too. So there's a lot you can do there, but my first tip would just definitely be add that content in, especially with those buyer intent keywords that you can rank for. So that would be number one. My second tip would be to really build and grow this Google My Business, and you probably have others being in so many locations. You do want a Google Business profile, at least one in all those locations. So if you have an address in Austin, and I believe you have one here and here, Frisco, Houston, that'll go a long way in pulling traffic too. And how you build these up is really there's things that you could do that are pretty easy that will help you. The first is adding reviews. So reviews are a great way to add validity and authority to your Google Business profile, because what happens is, as this builds and grows, as you continue to get more 5-star reviews, Google says, well, people they're doing jobs and they're doing it well, and people trust them, so we should trust them. So it starts moving you up that way as well. And then all this information needs to be pretty consistent throughout the web. So if you have a Yelp page, for instance, in your website, if for any reason, the address or the phone number or the URL or the hours, if they don't match 100%, Google kind of dings you on that, because what they look for is they want to see that people are going to search in different platforms. They're going to search your Yelp page. They're going to search your Google Business Profile. They're going to search your website, but they want to make sure that they get the same accurate information. So here it says you're open 8 to 5. You know, if anything says that you're open like 24 hours, that inconsistency Google doesn't like. So making sure that your information is consistent throughout the web, very important. And then last but not least, save photos that are saved as keywords and geotags. So if we're wanting to rank for roofing companies Fort Worth, I would save a photo as that particular keyword, and I might geotag it for, say, this location here. And Google will say, oh, they must, or think, oh, you must have done a service or a roof in that location. And then you just kind of build out, where your geotags are, and you kind of build and grow, and your Google Business Profile kind of grows like a um, you kind of build and grow like a mushroom, if you will. Last but not least, continue to build up the strength of your site. So you do have 88 referring domains. And of those 88, 54 do follow links, which sends you power. And this is what your site looks like power wise. And it's pretty good. 30s and 40s is usually what you're looking for. And you'd like to see a 1-to-1 ratio if you can. So this domain rating is a little low, but you have a good start and you're getting a little bit of traffic. But again, like I said, a lot of it has to do with your name. Looking at some of your competition, this is Lawn Smith. Obviously, they're a massive site, massive, pulling massive weight. But just to compare where you would need to be at to, kind of beat out some of these people. Obviously, in Grapevine, and Frisco and some of the other outlying cities, you're probably not going to have to do as much. But for Fort Worth, you see that they're not quite the 1-to-1, but as you can see, this is a 42, which is a lot bigger than your 30, and then 23, which is bigger than your 16. And they have 203 do follow links compared to your 54. So they have almost 4 times as many do follow links. And as you can see here, they're getting a ton of traffic, and they're making a lot of money off of it. So uh, you know building up your Google Business Profile and building up your site is super important, because everybody searches differently, right? Some people click on the first thing they see, which is a great reason to run ads. You get above the fold, and you're there out in front of everybody. Some people click on this map pack, and as you can see here again, Lawn Smith, they're the number one. Uh, uh, they're the number one roofing company in the organics, and they're number one here in the map pack. So they're going to bring much traffic as possible. And usually this brings about 40% of the traffic, which, on this particular keyword where there's 350 searches, you're looking at, what is that, 180 searches a month going right to these top three. So lots of ways to bring in traffic and really build and grow your brand. So I hope this has been helpful. I hope it's been informative. Please feel free to reach out if you have any questions, comments. We would love your feedback. My contact information is in the email. I also have a link to our Google Calendar. Please feel free to schedule out some time to talk with myself or my business partner. If if you'd like, at any point, you can schedule it according to your timetable, and one of us will get back to you. So with that, have a great day. God bless.